Hello everybody, so here we have another requested washer video. Today we're going to be doing the delicate cycle on the LG front load washer. Here we just have a normal load of clothes that I would usually do on the normal or permanent press cycle, but it is heavily like workout wear and like sweatpants and stuff, so I figured that delicates would be appropriate for this type of load. That's baking soda in there. I use that to help get rid of odors mostly, and I think it also helps with some staining or with removing light stains, but I think it's mostly for the odors, I use it mostly for the odor removal. But yeah, so this is our load. It is a little smaller than usual, but there wasn't a whole lot to wash today. We have our detergent in there, clear detergent, white distilled vinegar as softener. Alright, so delicate cycle is saying it's going to take about 45 minutes. We can't add TurboWash, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. This also does not do any sensing on the delicate cycle, which is a bit interesting. We're going to be using cold water, I believe, in the wash. It's not tap cold, but just cold. And yeah, this is not going to be my first time watching the delicate cycle, but my first time watching it with with an average kind of load. I tried filming the delicate cycle before, but I was doing it with like a winter coat and stuff. So like things I'd still watch delicate, but it didn't come out well in the video because it struggled to balance, and it was kind of a nightmare. So I'm redoing it now with a normal load to see how it behaves with a more practical load. I don't quite understand why TurboWash isn't an option on here. I'd imagine it's because the machine worries that the pressure from the nozzles would damage certain delicate clothing, and maybe that's the case. I don't really see a good reason to not allow it otherwise. Does that look a little better? I'm experimenting with different color temperatures on my ring light here. So that's cold. That's like the coldest temperature. Oh, what did I do? That's the warmest. I don't think the warmest is good at like... And there's a mix. I sort of feel like the coldest is better. So we'll leave it at that. I was a bit worried that the baking soda was going to smudge on the door. How close I had it. Usually I put it all the way in the back so it doesn't get on the door, but hopefully it'll clear up. And yes, what you are hearing is the dryer running right now. It's drying a blanket. But it's on track right now to be done before the washer. The washer is currently not filling, and the clothes are looking rather dry. I know it was filling a little bit, but clearly it was not filling a lot. Hopefully that'll change soon. You know, since I'm not sure when else I'll be able to, or would be a good time to mention this. Okay, well by the way, we are filling now through the main wash compartment. So hopefully that'll continue until everything is drenched. But as I was going to say, I know someone who uses the delicate cycle all the time, no matter what they're putting in. I mean, except if it's like special items like bedding and towels and stuff. Usually they don't do those on delicate, but average load of clothes, like how I'm doing here, they use delicate on this machine. And they're very happy with it. They usually do delicate with cold wash. Supposedly it's because of they don't want their clothes to be like overly worn and like damaged from aggressive washing. And I can sort of see that, but at the same time though, the delicate cycle, to my knowledge, is not meant to handle heavily soiled items of any kind. So if you are entertaining the idea of using the delicate cycle for the sake of preserving the integrity of your clothing, depending on how soiled it is, that could be a very smart move. But I don't know. I always just use the permanent press cycle because it's like a good mix between normal and delicate, I find. It's like more aggressive than delicate, so I trust it to get out like tougher stains, but it's not as aggressive as normal to where I worry that, you know, over an extended period of time it's going to like severely damage my clothing. Because the delicate cycle on this washer uses the medium spin speed for the final spin, which I don't think I've ever seen as the default on any other washer I've run into. Usually on delicate they go to like the lowest possible spin speed. But no, on the LG they use medium. I don't know if that's the same across all other LG front loaders or like older ones, but that's what mine does. I believe this is the only cycle on my washer that is not a downloaded cycle. I'm not counting the downloaded cycles. That uses the swinging motion. So it'll be interesting to see how often that is used here. But you see, this is kind of another reason why I don't like the delicate cycle, because it just does these short little tumbles and it's kind of just soaking for the majority of the time. You know, I mean, this load of clothing here is incredibly lightly soiled. So like, they're not really dirty per se, just like they were just worn. So like, this will probably do fine with them, especially since I added the baking soda for the odor removal. But if I like was eating food and I like got ketchup or something on the shirt, then I definitely wouldn't use a delicate cycle for something like that. Okay, it looks like it has a decent amount of water in it now though. I couldn't see a water level for sure, but once I find a water level, then I'll show you guys. I mean, you can kind of see it. It's not really the best view, unfortunately, because a lot of the clothing is dark, but you can kind of see the water swishing down there. Yeah, you kind of get an idea, like right there. You can see it. And before anybody asks about that buzzing, I don't know how clearly it comes on camera, but I think the knob on the dryer was not tightened all the way or something, because that's what's vibrating right now. Like, I'm holding the knob against the machine and the vibrating stopped. Wait for it to come back out. No, it's not going to do it great. Ooh, swing! I thought swinging was a little more aggressive than that, but maybe it gets more aggressive. I don't know, that just... It almost looked like it was playing hot potato with itself. Or with the load there. Looks like we're dispensing through the bleach compartment now. Probably gonna, I don't know if it's gonna fill up a little more. Probably will fill up a little bit more. Just do some more tumbling, maybe a couple other rounds of swing before we go into the rinse. Okay, so with 24 minutes left, we are now entering the rinse phase. I don't know if there's going to be an intermediate spin or not, because of delicates, they might not, but then again, I don't think I've ever seen this machine not do an intermediate spin, so it's probably going to do a short one. Let's just hope that it doesn't struggle to balance. That was a very short intermediate spin. Now we're on to the first rinse. Here's the water level for the rinse. You can see the bubbles. Seems a bit lower than the wash, but still a good amount of water nonetheless. Alright, 15 minutes left. We're draining again. It's probably going to do another intermediate spin, and then go and do a quick final rinse before the final spin. Minutes left for now entering the final rinse. I like how much it's using the atomizing sprayer for this final rinse. Usually it only does it like once and then it just fills through the detergent dispenser, but it's using the atomizing sprayer a good amount. Of course, it doesn't look good when I put it on camera, but it actually did spray instead of just dripping onto the door. There's a good view of it. Alright, so about 6 minutes remaining now. We are getting ready for the final spin. I totally thought that with the load that I put in here, it was gonna not struggle to balance as much as it has been. It gets so impatient. It's like, it's not happy with the balance, but then doesn't stop all the way to let things redistribute. It just kind of slows down a little bit, but then like, speeds right back up again. So like, obviously it's not a very effective way of doing it. As was evident right there. Oh boy. Down to 4 minutes and we're barely moving. Okay, it did it.
That was a very short final spin. Not gonna lie, I'm a little shocked that it is doing the end tumbles. I would have thought because it was delicate cycle that it would skip them. Well, the dryer didn't finish before the washer like I thought it would, but whatever. But yeah, that's the delicate cycle on my LG front load washer. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, stay cool, everybody.